Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily Dvar. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Wednesday, 25th day of December. Here we go. Hopefully most of you know what hatmana is. I will just explain it real quickly so you'll be able to understand today's halacha. Hatmana was, what they used to do in old-fashioned times, was they would, like, let's say, heat up a pot of cholent, really, really piping hot before Shabbos, and then put it in some kind of pit kind of arrangement with stuff like blankets and wet things all over it so that the heat would not only be retained, but would actually kind of like pump itself and be like increased over the course of Shabbos, and that was their way of having a hot pot of cholent for Shabbos. And you're not allowed to do it in any which way where the heat increases inside of that cholent pot. That's like a beginner's explanation of what Hatmana is, and of course there's much more to it. So you're not allowed to do that on Shabbos. Okay, now, so that gives rise to a question now in the cholents the way we do them today. Most of you out there listening are doing your cholents on crock pots, and the crock pots technically could have been considered a hatmana problem also, something that the rabbis didn't want us doing, because some people have their cholent pot, and inside of the cholent pot they wrap up a piece of kishka. If you don't know what kishka is, wow, I hope you know what kishka is. It's some kind of delicious kugel kind of stuffing kind of thing that's wrapped up inside of its own little wrapping inside of the cholent. And the interesting question is that kishka that's wrapped inside of your cholent, is it hatmana? The rabbis told us not to do hatmana on Shabbos, and it's kind of sort of happening, isn't it, when you put your kishka inside of the cholent on Shabbos. So it's a big debate amongst the rabbis. Some say that it could be considered a problem of hatmana, and some say that it certainly is not a problem of hatmana at all. If you want to stay safe from this problem, and you want to have your cholent in the crock pot, and you want to have your kishka stuffing stuffed into the cholent, and you want to have it certainly never be a problem of hatmana, then according to Rabbi Neustadt, here are two solutions that will make it real simple. First of all, just perforate the bag a little bit where the kishka is resting, and then it's certainly not acting like the typical hatmana. You're not putting that kishka in there to have it retain its heat. You punctured the bag, and some of the kishka is even oozing into the cholent and everything, making it all delicious. That is certainly not classic hatmana, and therefore it is permissible. Also, sometimes the kishka type of thing that's put in there, or whatever it is that you've got in there, if it's not fully cooked and it's actually cooking a little more during the time that it's in the crock pot, that makes it even all the more permissible, because that's not your typical classical hatmana either, because it's kind of cooking up a little bit while it's in there, and that's not classic hatmana. So basically what I'm saying to you is, if your bag is a little punctured, then it's not a hatmana problem at all, and go ahead and do that kishka in the cholent. Or if you have it such that it's re-cooking a little bit when it's in there, then that's also not a hatmana problem. And lastly, to those of you who put your cholent in a giant plastic bag and then put the plastic bag in the crock pot, and you're wondering, uh-oh, is that a problem of hatmana, since it's something like sealed inside of something else, keeping it warm and making it get warmer? So Rabbi Neustadt says to that too, don't worry, that's not hatmana, because it's clear that that plastic bag is not being used in a way to make the cholent get extra hot. It's really actually being done just so that the pot doesn't get all dirty from the cholent, and then you can just comfortably lift out the bag. So that's not hatmana either. And bottom line is, you're pretty safe from worrying about any hatmana concerns when making your cholent on Shabbos generally, although there are more details. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.